All of them! What?
This episode's special guest is Piccolo.
All of them.
He can only really say that one line.
Makonko Sapo! He actually said that, I think, in Kai.
I've never seen Kai.
I'm pretty sure they changed all of the names, like, or at least the special beam cannon, to Makonko Sapo.
Books and Webb were the only two. He doesn't sound like a very social person at all. He wasn't. None of the neighbors knew Webb well. Well, that doesn't... I don't like my neighbors. They don't know anything about me.
Shut up.
He seemed to be making a point of avoiding them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. People
Some
suck.
Some didn't
people
even
just
know
call
his
me
name.
Maurice.
Because nobody else knew Webb, it's doubtful that anybody would have a reason to want him dead.
Well, what about the Rivales family? You worked for him. There's plenty of bad people in there who might hate him.
The family has very specific ways of conducting murders, so we don't believe it is them. And there aren't any other organized gangs left, so it wasn't a tough war.
Somebody in the Mafia is always going to have enemies.
Perhaps, but the point remains that nobody is suspecting them to be involved. Why not? Until we have reason to, there is no point in bringing it up.
I might have to let this go for now. But it seems way too suspicious to just forget.
Yeah?
I better put it in the court record.
You do that right. Please continue.
Get the fuck out of my head, Judge. Blue text means you can't hear me. No alibi.
Nope, and all he could tell us was I was at home. Books lives alone, so, you know. Nobody can confirm that he was actually there. Yep.
The lack of an alibi doesn't automatically prove him guilty.
No, obviously
it certainly isn't helping me here. I hope there will be some way around this.
Their case isn't as strong this time.
It really isn't, but that's the problem. I'm not seeing any holes here. And you know how much I like to see holes. There isn't much being presented, so there isn't much for me to object to.
Well, I suppose that's good for us. Kind of. You are the true ass. Oh. As you can see, there are plenty of reasons to suspect the defendant. I suppose so. It's not the strongest case I've ever heard, but it does seem to point to him.
You know, all these points are fine, but there still hasn't been anything solid. It's all circumstantial evidence you have against him.
We don't need hard evidence, apparently.
We don't need no education.
That's where you're wrong, man.
Go to college, kids.
Detective, do you have some definitive proof that the defendant was the killer?
Defendant.
Oh, you bet we do. We got an eyewitness.
Because this always works out well.
Good Lord. She saw the whole thing happen. This will certainly add to the prosecution's case. Let's hear from her.
This'll go over well. Was she still holding the leak?
Yes. She brought it to court. Please state your name and occupation.
Here it comes. I'm finally gonna learn it.
He's so excited.
I'm a regular user on AF.
Huh. Oh.
I wasn't aware that internet junkie was a career, and here it is.
That was neither your name nor your occupation.
Stop looking so sad.
I think Obadiah's kind of personable too. He wants to know everybody's name.
So?
What?
I'm a witness. I saw the crime. I'm testifying about it. Isn't that all you need to know?
I am sorry, but no. Name and occupation, please.
Neither of those are important to the current situation.
They're actually kind of important. You were much more cooperative in the interrogation yesterday. Let us be reasonable. Name and occupation.
Let's see. Nah.
Bitch! What? Huh? Yes, I'm going to have to ask you to... Mr. Williamson, are you alright? Name and occupation, now!
Wow, this guy's scary when he's angry.
Well, if you must know, I'm a university student.
You got fucking trolled! Oh.
He said thank you, and now for your and then she didn't say anything.
You know what? Never mind. Wow, he's giving up that easily.
Sometimes it's just not worth the effort.
The prosecutor guy's right, I did see it.
That's my reaction to her, too.
I'm your decisive witness.
I like to think she just carries a boombox with her and plays that leak song.
I like to think it's just like a speaker built into the leak.
Well, I think that we should hear about what you saw.
Okay, Mr. Judge, here you go.
Fuck. Whoa, motion line. That was weird.
I was up late that night. I've been browsing the weather sphere, fuck you, and chatting with people. Suddenly, I heard a loud bang. I turned to the window and saw him standing over Mr. Webb.
That's it? Oh my! I'm sorry you had to see that. She had a mask on, she couldn't see. It must have been a very traumatizing... Have you met her? Apparently
yeah, have you met her?
Traumatizing experience for you.
Yeah, I'm all distraught and stuff.
She says without a hint of emotion in her voice.
If you don't mind,
The cross-examination, right? Yeah, I got you covered there.
I beg your pardon.
You're gonna have Mr. Wright ask me some questions, right? As an avid member of AF, I know exactly how this works. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
Shut up, bitch!
You seem to already have a handle on how the court works.
You might say that.
Well, perhaps that will make things easier for us.
I sincerely doubt that, Your Honor.
You may begin.
Doom, doom, doom,
Please don't play it again. There's only so much leak spin I can take.
How late?
Yes, that late.
It's called the Evan Polka. Stop saying leak spin. That was just a meme that used the song.
It'd have to be around 3:30. 3:30! It's around 3:30! I'm Cody Hackett!
Oh my god, I knew it.
Give it take an hour or two.
Those aren't breasts, those are melons.
That's quite a time frame.
Well, I don't really remember the exact details. I wasn't paying attention to the crop. I was paying attention to the cap.
3:30 is a good enough estimate. Judging from the autopsy report, it is accurate. Yes, it would appear that way. Please continue.
The what?
The weather sphere. Don't tell me you don't know about it.
I believe that she means the internet.
Don't try to correct me, you fucking Amish bitch.
I am not.
Kids are calling it these days.
I am not Amish, you goddamned whore. Kids? How old did she say she was again?
She didn't.
14?
That's the wrong voice. I don't care.
Wait a minute! He's very excited. Could somebody explain this internet thing to me? What does it do?
We have to
Judge.
stop 4chan. This man must be stopped.
Judge, like, how long have you been around in this technologically advanced age?
Jesus Christ.
We have a
this game's gonna
goddamn
kill me.
we have a goddamn defendant with a widget that does holograms and shit. Your Honor, I'll explain it all to you after the trial.
I mean, we also cross-examined a pigeon,
That
parrot, or whatever it was.
and defended a whale. We have better things to be discussing right now.
Anyway, as I was saying...
You think that bang was the gun being fired?
Well, of course. What else would it be? Stupid?
Are you familiar with the sound a gun makes? Maybe it was just a loud noise.
Well, no. I haven't had too much experience with guns. Maybe you're right.
You're leading the witness.
And you're not?
We both know a gun was fired.
I don't know shit.
I
ain't
woke up
competent.
today. I just woke up today, like somebody hit me with a fucking fire extinguisher.
Yeah. I couldn't remember what it was. I wanted to say a brick.
There is no reason to suspect the noise you heard was anything else. Objection sustained. Phoenix, you are on thin ice. Unless you can prove the noise came from something other than the murder weapon.
Do I have anything to prove that the bang didn't come from the gun?
Boombox.
Well, sure, but
Never gonna give you up.
there's no gunshots in
It's a sound that sounds like a gunshot. It's like the start, right?
Never Gonna Give You...
That's it. I don't know. I'm going to say I can't prove it.
It's worth a shot. I think I know what she actually heard.
Of course you do. What did she supposedly hear?
Nope.
Damn, son.
This evidence proves that she's fucking lying.
It's right out of the words for situations like this.
Okay.
Why did you have to scream it?
Hey, now!
You're an all-star.
That was like 1 millisecond away from saying it. I'm supposed to be the one who does that.
By him, you mean my client, Edmund Books?
Uh-huh, that's the man. I've seen him going into Mr. Webster's house before.
Okay.
I can recognize him.
Did you stroke out?
That little piece of my mask got stuck in my teeth. This can't be right. Mr. Books said he was in a completely different part of the city when it happened. Did she really see somebody else? Or is she just making this all up?
Hope I'm not making things difficult for you. Making things too difficult for you, Mr. Wright.
Not really. Not yet, at least.
Okay, if you're ever having trouble, just let me know. And I can try to make things easier next time.
Somehow she's managing to sound both polite and condescending at the same time.
You need to watch more anime, right?
Figgity. Browsing the internet and chatting with people. Suddenly heard a loud bang. Turned to the window and saw him standing over Mr. Webb. Get shot in his bedroom. His bedroom's on the second floor.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier. She ran down to a payphone to call 911?
This is, I assume, her house.
Yeah.
That's a window. That's a window.
Oh, there's that too. I mean, she saw diagonally. Somehow.
You want to try this? We're running out of
Yeah.
health.
I mean, we have saves coming.
You're lying. Can you prove it? Yes. Nope. You lose.
You lose. Good day, sir. I mean it. I'm the one who gets to do that. Poor judge.
Might as well just do this now. Am I stupid, or is this game just not good at conveying what it wants you to do?
I'm not getting it either. I
mean,
thought it
I've
was.
beaten all 6 other games.
I thought it was something with the boombox.
Or a loud bang, and then it tells you to present something else that she could have heard. But we don't really have anything. Presenting the boombox there does make sense, because there could have been something in the tape.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I know.
For some reason. Oh yeah, also she was in England? Apparently.
This was
What?
sent on the 24th.
I don't remember what day it is.
August 24th. Where's the autopsy report? This doesn't help me.
No, it doesn't. Just tells you the time.
Does this have time? No, it should.
They really should. That would help tremendously.
8:42, 8:24. What?
I have no idea.
No clue.
There's nothing going on. Obadiah did it. He made a loud bang sound.
I have no freaking clue. Trucy. Trucy was the bang.
She pulled it out of her magic panties.
Turned to the window and saw him standing there. I have no clue.
See what Maya has to say. Oh, she doesn't say anything. What the fuck?
She just says, I hope I'm not making it too hard for you.
I mean, it's not hard. It's just not connecting.
I like how there's a sound effect every time. The dude's a foot tall. How could you see him standing there?
Have you seen Mr. Webb?
I'm not making things
Honestly, I thought he was sitting back there, but I can't find him. He's too short.
Turns out he was just hiding behind my shoe.
Little motherfucking Keebler elf, get the fuck out of here.
Suddenly heard a loud bang.
Maybe just present the Boombox on the third statement, don't press it first.
I don't think I can prove that.
Good lord. Really?
I dropped my mouse on my foot. You see, I was thinking that, but I thought the game wouldn't be that stupid.
Apparently it is. Like, you get asked the same...
Where the hell did my mouse go?
But you didn't hear a gunshot. You heard a goddamn boombox. We were right the entire goddamn time, and the game just didn't want us to do it. Oh, this is a Phoenix Wright game. Through and through.
You didn't hear a fucking gunshot.
Fucking retard.
You fucking sure about that? I'm positive.
Man, this is a weird localization.
We just discussed this with Waters, actually. The music playing in the victim's house was too loud for anyone to hear the gunshot.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Their house is very close to the victim's. The noise would have been much more noticeable from there.
No! We know the music was already playing before the gun was fired. If that's the case, her attention would have been drawn toward the house. It couldn't have been the noise of the gun that caught it.
Oh my, that's right.
She should have been focusing on his house long before he was shot. But according to her testimony, that didn't happen. Was she just ignoring something that the rest of the neighborhood noticed? Because I'd find that rather hard to accept as well. So what we have to believe from this is that she heard neither the gunshot nor the music.
Here's something funny.
I'm sorry, Mr. Judge. I guess I just remembered something. It wasn't the gunshot or the music that made me look over there. In fact, I didn't even realize that there was music playing in the first place.
You what? Really? How could you not know that?
I had my headphones on. They blocked out all other outside noise.
The volume must have been really loud for you to not notice something the rest of your neighborhood did.
Yeah, it was.
You know, it's very bad for your hearing to play music so loud. Stop playing that screamo metal shit. Kids are weird these days with their music taste.
Stop playing that, like, stepping on cats.
Stop playing butt rock.
Stop playing Chelsea Grin.
You shouldn't do that.
Sorry, I'll remember that in the future.
I'm not buying this story at all.
Nobody is.
There must be some other explanation. The only question is, can I prove it?
No.
I don't have anything to disprove her story. I'll
Good
just have to
talk.
watch and see how this plays out.
Well, even if you weren't able to hear the gunshot, we still need to know how you saw the crime. I think that's very important. Yes, perhaps we should hear a more detailed account of what you saw.
Neither one of us can speak.
No, we can't. Please tell us about what you saw the defendant do.
Yeah, okay. I'll try not to forget anything this time.
Oh, you are just writing that line, aren't you?
I want a fucking killer. As I said, I was surfing the net on my laptop. I saw some movement under the corner of my eye. I turned to the window and saw him standing on the wall. Standing on the wall? Fucking Christ, is he Spider-Man? Standing by the wall behind Mr. Webb.
He is a ninja.
He was holding the gun, which was still smoking. After that, he ran away.
No? None of that makes sense. As you can see, this ordeal with the headphones was just a small misunderstanding.
That's not how that works.
No, it's not.
You don't mistake hearing something for seeing something, or vice
No.
versa.
None of it made sense. She must have gotten confused.
Sure, whatever you say, Mr. Wilson.
Williamson, you fucking cunt.
Oh, isn't that what I said?
I swear to God. Let us just start the cross-examination. And please try not to mix things up again. You look so sad.
I would never dream of upsetting you, Mr. Wilson.
Williamson.
Here goes round 2, I guess.
This is not a good boxing match.
Motion lines. Shut up. Could you tell us a bit more about this?
What, about me browsing online message boards?
Yes, I'd like to hear about that.
This is completely irrelevant, but what boards do you enjoy going to? What she was doing online has absolutely nothing to do with the murder. We do not need to hear about it. And I am sure that we don't want to either.
What kind of shipping shit was she looking at?
She's got that yaoi shit going on. Jesus Christ. Sustained! I'm not into that stuff at all, I swear to God. Don't look at my browser history. Although I am curious to know what you're doing with a net on the top of your lap.
I hate you. I hate you with a passion undying.
I love you with a passion undying.
Oh, that's actually a very interesting story, Mr. John.
I'm sure it is. Save it for after the trial.
Well, if you insist. I saw some movement out of the fucking... I saw some movement while I was watching fucking.
Can you describe what you saw?
This is a quick blur.
The Flash?
It got my attention, so I looked over, and that's when I saw him.
Where were you when this happened?
In my house. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Ring.
Fuck you!
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Why is anything a thing?
I'm gonna have to pry every single answer out of you, aren't I?
Sorry.
Use a crowbar. Perhaps you'd care to answer his question properly. Not really.
Well, you see, we have this window in the living room on our main floor.
That isn't lined up with the other window on the other side of the...
Yeah, you're not wrong. It gives us a good view of Mr. Webb's house.
He knows that's wrong.
So she was in the living room?
That's what she said, at least.
But was she in the living room? Witness, please update your testimony.
As you wish, Mr. Judge.
I'm getting bored.
Yeah, we know this.
Let's just make sure. Okay.
That thing. My 8-year-old granddaughter could draw better than that, Mr. Webb pops. I drawed because I...
Mr. Webb's dead!
Oh, not Mr. Books.
Mr. Webb rises from his coffin. Well, artistry isn't one of my client's high points. But I think the picture does show us something very important. I mean, your badge shows that. And that's that she couldn't have seen the scene of the murder.
You're my hero, though.
This little doodle, despite all its faults, and it's got a lot of faults, is a fairly accurate representation of the layout of Upper Middle Street. From where she was... Shut up! From where she was, our witness couldn't have looked into his bedroom.
Just a second, Mr. Wright. I have to take a drink. Wouldn't that map prove her right? No. No? Judge. What?
The line, look, they're facing each other. Except one of them's on the bottom floor and one of them's on the top floor. But let's ignore that.
Clearly shows that the two windows are facing each other.
Actually, Your Honor, you're fucking stupid. On this piece of paper, that might be the case. However, this crime does not take place in 2 dimensions. The victim's bedroom was on the 2nd story. Her living room was on the ground floor. From that angle, it would have been rather hard to see anything. Especially if the killer was standing by the wall, as she says he was.
Oh my, that's right. I just had a little
Shut up.
airhead moment.
Shut up! You're stupid. You need to get disbarred, not me. From the ground floor, it's impossible that she saw this crime take place.
In my opinion, you need disbarred.
At the very most, she would have seen the victim dying, but definitely not the person who shot him. I don't see how she could be making an accusation to anybody!
Yes, your entire testimony is resting on you knowing it was the defendant. If you were in your living room, then you wouldn't be able to see him.
Oh yeah, guess so.
Ah. How can you admit that so casually?
Well, I said there was a window there. I never
God
said
damn
that
it.
I was in that room.
Sweet record scratch. What? Why would you even mention it then?
Record scratch. Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in, though.
Shut up.
Witness! That testimony was a bit misleading, don't you think?
Was it? Sorry.
This all could have been avoided if you had been more clear. We'll have no more of that. From now on, I want you to not put in anything like that again, or I'll find you in contempt.
This case fucking sucks. Okay, sure.